religion leads to activity. If you properly practice religion, the spiritual realm will show up and take over. So the goal of raising your child is to prepare your child to make a decision, and that is to respect the free will of the child, because the child needs to develop an own personality. You as parental authority are in the position to guide your child into developing that personality which has been given by God according to the scripture. So people bring their child to the church and ask for a blessing of God, or they don't know if God is seeing their child or will be with their child. So many people are in this desire to present their child before God. For those, I have to say, bringing your child in the church does not really change anything. You don't need to bring your child before the church to get God to see your child, because God created your child and God created the destiny of your child. This universe has laws, time and space. Outside of this universe, there is no time. The other realm, the perception of time is different. Here in this world, it's about choice, whereby the destiny of your child is set, but his choices or her choices are not. And all you can do as a parent is prepare that child for that day when those choices are being made. To try to copy your own beliefs and your own personality upon a child, as many people do, is interfering with that child's free will. An example, in the Bible is written a story where Samson went to the Philistines. Samson came from the Jews, and the Jews have very strict etiquette in marriage. A Jew needs to marry a Jew according to the law of Moses. But the Spirit of God moved among the Jews and brought Samson to the Philistines, to a woman called Delilah, against the tradition, against the teaching. Samson behaved against the teaching, but there was a hidden design, because Samson was destined to deliver Israel from the oppressors. So there's another story of Esther, where Esther, a Jewish woman, married with the quote-unquote Gentile king, which was forbidden. But that act delivered the Jews from Haman, who was an exterminator of Jews. So there are hidden designs that will come to pass no matter how much you try to control a child into religion or spirituality. So there are two extremes here. Or you withdraw any information of spirituality and religion from the child, or you indoctrinate the child very strictly. Two extremes. Not many people are able to go in the reasonable center. To allow the child to explore the scriptures and see how it makes that child feel without pressuring that child into decision making. You have to understand, God does not want slaves. The choice to live your life for God is a choice you need to make yourself, because there are certain factors involved that are very difficult, like self-denial. If you're forced into something, usually a young person's rebellious character will not let you, and the person will actually do the exact opposite of what you're trying to make that child do, to show you that that person is not a copy of you and an own individual. If you mistreat your child with spirituality and religion, you can deform the personality. But if you too carelessly treat this matter, society, including atheism, will indoctrinate that child, and that child's destiny will become one of the state, one of the society. And if you look at society today, the average person doesn't have much chances in this society. So what you want to do is prepare your child to face the difficulties of life. And in the Bible, all the stories of people who go through those difficulties, whereby those stories can be used as an inspiration. When the child goes through something, then the parental authority can inspire that child to make the right decision, but that child needs to want to make that right decision. And the moment the child understands that the right decision is the one that needs to be made, the child needs to learn that the right decision making is difficult and usually not rewarding. The child does not need to be hammered in a set of laws. Those laws are already difficult to understand for adults, let alone for children. Many people do not understand that an individual, every single individual, need to make that choice for yourself. To get your child baptized as a child is absolutely useless because it's done against their own will. A person needs to develop, try things, learn through failures to develop an own personality. And everything done after that is done with perseverance and discipline because it was the own choice. Everything that's forced upon a person will not be done with passion. Your child has been born for a purpose, and that will come to pass. People will show up in the life of your child. The devil will show up for your child, and the devil will speak the things you don't want. Your child will be brought where you don't want him or her to be. But that child needs to learn to say no against evil by free will and not because of fear of what you as parent might do. The child might be brought to the understanding that there are eternal consequences, but the child may not be pushed in fear. God will take over at a certain age. The parent is supposed to educate the child and stimulate the child and correct when it goes out of the boundaries. And usually those boundaries are the boundaries of the law of the state. It is your obligation as parent to educate your kid about religion, Christianity and the Bible, and make the experience as beautiful as you can. When mistakes are made, explain to the child what grace is. Understand that there are consequences to wrong decisions and that there are going to be rewards at right decisions. And help the child discover his own talents or her own talents. And stimulate that child. Support that child. The worst thing you can do is make decisions for your child.